This night is cold.
The easiest solution to jump-starting a car is hooking it up to another battery. Most people already schlep around jumper cables. You might as well put them to good use. However, that implies that you can find someone to flag down. If you are stranded in the middle of nowhere, you have to get creative. The easy solution: this technique only really works for smaller vehicles with a manual transmission. All that is required for this trick is a jack and a rope. The jack props up the frame behind a front tire. Make sure that the car is parked in third gear. Turn the car on. Next, wrap the rope around the elevated tire several times. Give the rope a swift pull. The kinetic energy will get the tires moving. With this temporary fix, try and find a real jump. 1. There are a lot of ways one can embarrass themselves at a gas station. Among the most common is pulling your car into a pump only to notice the tank is on the other side. Back in the car, one has to try and finagle for a pump on the right side. It is a minor squabble, but still an annoying one. The easy solution: you do not even have to do anything for this hint. Luckily, the car manufacturers were looking out for us all along. They just hid the clue in a place few would notice. Along with the other symbols and warnings on the dashboard, there is often a small arrow on the fuel gauge next to the caricature of a gas pump. The relative position of the arrow corresponds with the fuel filler inlet. Whatever direction the arrow points, that is the side you fill it up on. 2. The common problem: in adverse weather conditions, cloudy headlights can be the difference between life and death. Proper lighting is an essential part of navigating a storm. Organic debris from the road and the sun's UV rays remove the protective coating over time. Instead of spending money replacing the blurry ones, there's an unorthodox tip that you can use so you don't look like a deer in, well, headlights. The easy solution: the logic of this DIY trick is not much more complicated than the idea that toothpaste can clean more than just dentures. First, wash the headlights with soapy water or a cleaning solution like Windex. Next, take a sponge to remove the top layer of dirt. Put a dollop of toothpaste on the headlight. You only need a small amount, about the same that you, hopefully, use every day. Toothpaste with baking soda is the most effective choice. Then, get to brushing. For harder stains, more generous applications of toothpaste may be required. 3. The common problem outside of driving: the only real reason to have a car is to look at it. Unseemly scuffs can ruin the automotive experience just like any technical problem. As with another thing looking crappy, it's time to break out the plunger. The easy solution: there is no way to really mess this one up. All you need is hot water and a plunger. For minor dents, the hot water may be enough. The heat might cause the metal and plastic to expand back into shape. For most marks, the physical suction of the plunger is necessary. Pour the water over the dented area to add a necessary level of moisture. Place the plunger on the surface. Pull back until the frame is back to its normal shape. This method works best with more recent dents while the surface is still malleable. 4. The common problem outside of driving: the only real reason to have a car is to look at it. Unseemly scuffs can ruin the automotive experience just like any technical problem. As with another thing looking crappy, it's time to break out the plunger. The easy solution: there is no way to really mess this one up. All you need is hot water and a plunger. For minor dents, the hot water may be enough. The heat might cause the metal and plastic to expand back into shape. For most marks, the physical suction of the plunger is necessary. Pour the water over the dented area to add a necessary level of moisture. Place the plunger on the surface. Pull back until the frame is back to its normal shape. This method works best with more recent dents while the surface is still malleable. 4. The common problem after you have unlocked the frozen door: the car is still not necessarily safe to drive. The moisture in the atmosphere will likely cloud the windows. If one does not have time to wait for the foggy windows to defrost, a common item can resolve it in seconds. Do not be concerned about its more advertised use. The easy solution: even dog lovers can proclaim the benefits of spare kitty litter. At its most basic level, the general purpose of kitty litter is to soak up moisture. To avoid any unsavory connotations, it is better to get odor-free crystals, and you definitely want to use new litter, not used litter. Pour the mix inside an old sock. Make sure that the socks are tightly bound. When tied off, place the sock on the dashboard. The crystals will absorb the condensation in the air. Additionally, kitty litter can be used for extra traction on icy roads. You just need to find a volunteer to run in front of the car sprinkling it as you go. 6. The common problem: locking your keys in your car is the ultimate hack for car problems. Without keys, you cannot do anything else. If for some reason you ever want to retrieve your car's back, you can MacGyver your door open in a matter of seconds. The key word here is your car. I'm not going to advocate for carjacking, no matter how clever the method. Having said that, here's 11 tips for outrunning the cops, just in case. The easy solution: modern cars are designed to avoid this annoying occurrence. This hint is more practically useful for older models. First step is to take your shoelace out of your shoe. You are going to need the whole thing. Next, tie a small noose-like knot in the middle of the lace. The knot should tighten around the noose as you pull on the ends. Wiggle the lace in the crack between the door. Lower the lock until it's looped around the head of the lock. Tighten the noose so that it's secure around the head of the lock. Jerk up until you can open the door. 7.